Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Timthetatman 2. We got a banger for you today, baby. What you're about to see in this video is a little conversation that spurred from me being asked about my streaming history and what I thought really launched me to the next level. It's kind of fun to go back down memory lane. This brought back a lot of memories, and I'm sure a lot of you might remember as well, as far as where this community has come from and where we are at now. It's been a journey, and it's been a really fun one, and I appreciate all the love and support you guys have given over all the years, man. If you enjoy this video, drop a like on it, share it with a friend. If you're not subscribed over here to Timthetatman 2, you enjoy these videos over here, hit the sub button, ring the bell. All right, be sure to tell somebody you love them, okay? I'll catch you in the next one. 25 for Spyro. Hey, Tim, congrats on the big move to YouTube and now Complexity. What would you say was your first big leap in your streaming career? My first big leap in my streaming career? I don't know. Chat, do you guys know? Do you guys have any thought on that? Who's been here for a while? Well, getting my sub button was huge years ago. That was like one of the biggest things ever. I honestly, I think there was a leap. I mean, going full time, obviously too, but that was a big leap, right? Trying to go full time. When I think one thing I'll say, I think what you mean is like when it started becoming more quote unquote mainstream and it was like a big jump. I think Overwatch was the big game that really took me up a notch. I played Black Ops 2 before that, and then I played a ton of Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike, I would have peak probably about 10,000 viewers. Probably. I'd play in tournaments in Counter-Strike, believe it or not. And I would have me and my team, and on match nights, probably have about 10,000 viewers, something like that, chat. If anyone remembers that at all, some of you might remember from those days. Counter-Strike steadily started to grow for sure, but that was like 2.5 years. And then Overwatch hit, and then Overwatch kind of took my viewership from probably like 10K on a peak day to like 18K average. And side note, I just want to say, Counter-Strike will always be one of my favorite FPS ever. 1.6 was one of the very first shooters I vividly remember playing when I was like 13. 1.6. My buddy's parents had a new computer, and it was the only one that was good enough to play on. So we all would go over to my friend's house on our bicycles, and we'd play 1.6 for like 6 hours, bro. Literally, we would just sit at his house because he was the only one with a good enough computer. And then Source, I played a little Source, but then I played a ton of Counter-Strike Go. I'm still kind of biased in 1.6. If I boot up 1.6, it feels the most nostalgic to me. And I would say 1.6 is definitely a boomer game now. I think a lot of people would agree with that. And I love Counter-Strike, man. I always will. And to be honest with you, I can install Counter-Strike Go right now, go back and get back into it and still have fun with it. It's like that game will transcend time for me. There's something about Counter-Strike that has a grip of nostalgia and, honest to God, just a fun game to play. The ranking system is solid, right? Ranking system's good. The whole concept is good. It's Counter-Strike is like a shooter that has transcended years and years of time. It's, in my opinion, one of the best FPS in the world. Because you had Counter-Strike years and years ago, and now here we are. God, how many years later? 18 years since I played 1.6, and it's still a huge competitive game. So, Counter-Strike, man, that'll forever be one of my favorite games. But for my streaming career, Counter-Strike slowly started to grow my audience a lot, and then Overwatch hit. Overwatch really took it to another level. Overwatch, I love, dude. Those first couple seasons of Overwatch, man, some of the greatest gaming memories I have. And then Fortnite hit, right? And then Fortnite, I think, was really that's kind of when Tyler, obviously, Ninja, really kind of took gaming to another level through Fortnite. And anyone that was playing Fortnite was kind of in that same boat. And to be honest with you, I'll say that too, man. The first couple seasons of Fortnite, those are some of the playing that game. That style of Fortnite, incredible. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And then there were some other games like along the way that I played right through my streaming career. Some of you might remember some H1Z1 in there. Arma 3, DayZ. But when I think of main games, it was Black Ops 2, Counter-Strike Go, Overwatch, Fortnite, and then Warzone hit, right? I played Fall Guys for a little bit, but I wouldn't call Fall Guys a main game. I'm not going to call that like a main one that I played a ton in. Yeah, a little PUBG. I played PUBG. PUBG was fun too. And then Warzone. And some of you are saying like Sea of Thieves too. I don't consider that a main one as well. That's like when I say main game, I mean a game where it's like I just grind. I just can play it for hours and hours on end. And like World of Warcraft, I love WoW, but I don't stream it. Although I'm currently not playing retail, I will say that. I didn't grind Apex a ton, bro. Played it a little bit. How did I get on this giant tangent about games I used to play? How did we get here, guys? Oh, the first big leap in my streaming career. Here, I'm just like going down a history of my streaming career a little bit. And I guess my first big leap, I mean, with the exception of getting my sub button going full time, right? I think I'd say Overwatch. Would you guys say Overwatch, chat? Because I think what he's talking about is like when it started getting more mainstream. And I would say around Overwatch was when I started getting more recognized in public. And that's kind of how I'm like, that's kind of how I'm like looking at that. Like when I was playing Counter-Strike, there were people that would recognize me in public, but it wasn't a ton. And then Overwatch started hitting and a lot of people played Overwatch and I started to really grind that game. And then that's kind of around Syracuse when I started getting recognized a little more. And then Fortnite hit, and then it was, you know, kind of off that. I mean, Fortnite was crazy, right? But I would say, I think Overwatch was one of the first big leaps for sure. Good question. Good question. Interesting thought. Ninja's friend. That's me, man. That's me. Anywho. 25 from AJ. Hey, Tim, do you say you're a Call of Duty content creator, but you joined an org that doesn't compete in CDL? Why isn't complexity part of the CDL? I mean, to be honest, I don't fully know. And I'm not going to try and act like I'm going to sit up here and be like, well, and make decisions or anything like that. Because I am part owner now. But one thing I will say, I love the CDL. And I love the Call of Duty League. And I do not, I mean, you guys remember old complexity? What era was that with Crim 6 and them, chat? Was that Ghosts? I think it was Call of Duty Ghost. And complexity used to be in Call of Duty. I think it was Black Ops 2 into Ghosts. Because I, as a Black Ops 2 content creator, I went to MLG Columbus and I remember complexity playing there at the Black Ops 2 MLG Columbus. So like that was, I'm pretty sure Teep played for him. It was actually a goated team. That team was, who was that team? Aches, Grim, Teep. Who am I forgetting? Karma. Homie, that Call of Duty team was stacked, by the way. And so short answer, maybe this guy's a Zoomer and he doesn't know. Complexity used to be in Call of Duty competitive for a very long time. And I grew up, well, I was 20s watching them, but I knew who all those guys were. And I think Clay was on the team for a bit too, bro. Short answer though, as far as right now, I don't know. Is that something that I would love to potentially be like, hey, this is a good idea? Absolutely. But ultimately, there's a lot of other people that are going to make decisions as well. So, I mean, guys, just to put it simply, I can't be like, hey guys, Timthetatman here. I want a CDL team. You know what I mean? And have it just like that. So it's but I love Call of Duty League. I like watching Call of Duty League. Obviously, I was a Call of Duty content creator for a very long time, and it'd be cool to see. You are the YouTube version of South Park's Timmy. If I could have never heard Timmy ever again for the rest of my life growing up, I would have. You know how many times when I hear that name, like the South Park Timmy, that whole thing, I can vividly like picture growing up having my uncles in the garage and they're all hanging out. They're like ripping a couple cigarettes, like smoking a beer. And I like walk out there, right? And it's like cold. For some reason, it's always cold. And it's like, it's winter, probably because it's Syracuse. So we just go out there and they're like, Timmy. And that's like, anytime I walked into like the family party, it was like, Timmy, yeah, smoking a beer, guys. Fuck it. You haven't done that? Thank you for the 100, by the way, FanDuel.